Ist okay, kein Problem. Ja. Ja. It's a little hard when you're not used to be in that position. Very good, excellent, yeah? Do you want to continue, or Maria do second half? Okay. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I can try to play with Regalo or with another.
Yeah, you can try the other registration, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
From here?
Yes, you can do that, yeah. So now we take the principal 8, which may be a little too full, but you know, here it's a good representation of what we want to demonstrate. Thank you both. Wonderful. Yeah. So let's just have a little discussion. What about the cantus firmus? Which note values do we have here? Quarter notes, yeah. So it's different. The pulse is not on the half note like in the previous one, not the old style combined with some new elements, but here we have the new slowly moving on quarter note, nicely flowing with cantus firmus on this level. Yeah. Other observations?
Quite a lot of, like, Sophilatio, these sort of figures.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of almost, you know, when you look at it superficially, it's like, or maybe not superficial, when you look at it from an overview kind of perspective, you know, then it's 60 notes all the way. It's a perpetuum mobile kind of idea in the right hand, figures moving on, but like you said, consisting of different figures, right?
It also seems much more flexible in how they're joined together, whereas the last one's kind of clear. You'd have one figure and it'd be in sequence,
yeah.
And, you know, then the next. This is much more fluid.
So, could you try to demonstrate to us which, just with the manual part, Maria, which figures do you find? If we just look at the first two measures, you know, which ones? And this is, of course, interpretation, you know, when we look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. So there are many different possibilities. I think your first, that it's transitus, kind of ascending for, and when the ornament is, it's not in both sources, I think, but anyway, here the ornament sort of tells me that you would start with a traditional fingering with 3, and then go on. But the group is 4 notes, definitely, yeah? And then comes the 2 + 2. And then circulatio, like you said. And then like a little Schleifer or something. A third, right? Where the last note does not have to be, but just going away, you know? And again, repetition. And then we come to the place where you can think differently. You can either do what you were suggesting, Maria, going there, and then pause. That's possible. But taking into consideration perhaps a little grammatical pattern of gestures, you know, being behind, I'm inclined to think that the 2 + 2 pattern is good to use here too. So, yeah? So that you have something not too complex, you know, but kind of a pattern like that you start out. And the figure is different, so it will make it varied anyway, you know? Can you try that? Yeah, excellent. And on it goes all the way through the piece. So that's the perpetuum mobile kind of thing, very joyful or just having a lot of energy, nicely moving. What about the bass?
I think in the bass we put some figures, but more flat.
Yeah, what kind of stuff do we have in the bass? Can you play it? Thank you. Does anyone recognize that pattern? Pachelbel-Canon, yeah, and not far from Buxtehude in E minor, you know, 148. So it is also a pattern which you had in the continuo class with Bellotti yesterday, right? Didn't we have that? So we have this. Right? That's descending 4th and then ascending 2nd, right? Pattern, which is exactly what he does when the chorale comes in, right? And like Böhm often does, he starts something and then boop, boop, it becomes something a little different, you know? So it has the, I think, onset of and that matches the idea of perpetuum mobile or eternity kind of thing, that something goes on, of an ostinato in the bass, but it doesn't continue like that. It just has that pattern at the beginning, a bass line in quarter notes all the way through, and toward the cadences we have these 8th notes, dim, bom, pom, pom, pa, come walking on around, yeah? Okay, so that's very important. We have these 2 quite different characters, the figures and then the bass, which has to have its own life, you know? And that's where I think both of you, perhaps with a bass line, could think about that until this afternoon, to make it a little bit more differentiated. So we have the 1, and then the 3 a little bit accentuated, yeah? And then 4, and then 1 T. Right? So it's always like a string player would do, and not like we sometimes not do. Yeah. Ich weiß, wir meinen das immer. Yeah, we think we do, but we have to do it, you know. Just and that takes a little effort, like you have tried on the pad-clavichord, you know, shaping and so forth. So that's something to explore this afternoon. Okay? Yeah. Good. Thank you. Let's go to. Auf meinen lieben Gott. Lawrence, would you like to? Yeah.